Happy Wednesday, guys!
Good morning. We picked out a very special book today to perhaps get you thinking about that independent reading that you're going to be doing today. And perhaps this book can give you some inspiration as to why you should read and really, truly enjoy it. The book we chose today is called Shh, I'm Reading by John Kelly, and it's illustrated by Elena Ellis. There's our title page. Look at her. She's so happy reading. It was a wet and windy Sunday afternoon, but Bella didn't care. She was busy reading the best book ever. And the story had just reached the amazing part right near the end where... "Ahoy, shipmate Bella!" bellowed Captain Bluebottom. "It's Sunday. Are you ready for another adventure with windy pirates?"
I'm sorry, Captain, said Bella, but today I'd rather just sit and read my book.
"Read a book? Harumph, Bluebottom. By my scratchy whiskers! How could a book be better than a voyage to Devil's Island, a duel with Nobby the Nasty, and then home again with a ship full of booty? Arr!"
Well, this book is, said Bella, so you can all drop anchor and sit quietly because I am busy reading.
Bella picked up her book and began to read the amazing part, right near the end where... "Bella, darling," squawked Maurice Penguin, "why aren't you ready? It's Sunday afternoon. It's showtime." Look at those happy penguins.
Not now, said Bella. I'd really rather sit and read my book.
"Read a book?" cried Maurice. "How could a book be more fabulous than a tippity-tap-tap of your shoes on the stage, the roar of applause, and this spangly costume?"
Wow, said Bella, but this book is even more fabulous than all those sequins. She pointed to the band. Everyone take 5, and please be quiet because I am busy reading.
Bella picked up her book and turned to the amazing part near the end where... "I claim this bedroom in the name of the Larden Empire," announced Emperor Fabulon the Wobulous.
Not now, exclaimed Bella. I'm reading this book.
"But it's Sunday," burbled Fabulon. "You always defend the earth on a Sunday afternoon."
I know, sighed Bella, but today I am busy reading.
"Reading?" sputtered Fabulon. "How could a book be more exciting than blazing laser cannons, dodging antimatter missiles, and zooming dangerously fast in a really cool spaceship?"
Well, this book is, said Bella. Look, I'll save Earth after snack time. Plop your tentacles in the corner and be quiet. For the last time, I am busy reading.
At long last, there was peace and quiet. Bella continued to read until she reached the end of her book, just before snack time.
That was the best book ever, she announced. Now, who wants to go on an incredible adventure?
Everyone looked up at her and said, "Maybe later, Bella, but right now, we are busy reading." The end.
Wasn't that a cute story? But here's what we really want you to take away from that. There are all kinds of stories and adventures and journeys to be had if you just pick up a book, maybe turn off your phone for a few minutes, and go to a quiet spot and read. So as we begin this journey of independent reading, we want you guys to make sure that you are reading every single day. Find that spot that works for you. Maybe it's outside, maybe it's in your bedroom, and just go ahead and start reading.
Mrs. Keller, wasn't that just a wonderful little book that we read?
It was beautiful.
One of my favorites. Hey, I want to tell you a story.
Another one.
Once upon a time. Just kidding. That's a terrible way to start a story, but some of you might have started your narratives like that.
Or, like, this story is going to be about.
Oh, that one makes my stomach churn. Yeah. Yeah, instead we want to make sure that we are adding a little bit of likability to our leads. We want to make sure that you're really hooking the readers in, and there's lots of ways of doing that. For example, if I said sizzle sizzle to start my story, you might think I was getting a sunburn or frying bacon or something good like that. What you want to do is check out that leads sheet, that graphic organizer that we gave you yesterday, and we want you to really think about how you can make the best possible lead for your story. Remember, you're writing a story, not an essay, but a story here. You want to bring us in, so perhaps you'll start with some of those sensory details, like what we see and hear in our story. Maybe you want to start with some dialogue. What is something that somebody said that stood out to you in that moment? And I don't know, perhaps you just want to throw us right in the middle and get started like that. There's lots of ways to get started, but we certainly want to make sure that it is interesting and likable. Is there anything else they need to be thinking about?
Yeah, remember that checklist that is on Schoology? I think you guys all saw it yesterday. You definitely want to be checking
I
your
put the border on it.
checklist.
It's a nice border.
It's a very nice border.
Mhm.
Mr. Cooper doesn't normally do borders.
But I did this time, just for you.
All right, so you want to make sure that you are looking at that, looking at the guidelines that are on that checklist for you, because dialogue is one of the things we talked about last week. It needs to be in your personal narrative, in your story. So make sure that you're punctuating it correctly. Make sure that you have enough pieces of dialogue so that your story comes to life. You also want to look at wonderful words. Remember all of the word choices that we talked about, how you could change adjectives and verbs, even nouns if you want to, but we don't want to be like Joey from Friends. Remember? He changed everything in his story and then it didn't make any sense.
The baby kangaroo.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't want to be like Joey. So make sure that you're adding some wonderful words to your story to enhance it and make it beautiful. And then finally, we talked about setting just yesterday and how we really want to paint a picture with our setting. We really want the readers to be able to see and feel like they are there with us. And that setting should set a tone and a mood for what the story is going to be like. And so you want to make sure that you are adding some good descriptive words and some adjectives that are going to describe where you are, when you were there, and what it felt like.
Yeah, those are some wonderful insights you gave us there. And speaking of wonderful, beautiful words, I think I want to use the word persnickety.
That's a fun
Because both Mrs. Keller and I can be a little bit persnickety now and then when it comes to things like following simple directions.
Yeah.
For example, on that checklist, we give you a very detailed look of what your narrative should look like. You want to be using a Google Doc or Microsoft Word. You're not emailing this to us. You're not sending it through Schoology. You're using Google or Microsoft. And you want to make sure that you're using Times New Roman and 12-point font.
I love fonts. I have a bunch of them downloaded on my computer, a lot.
Sickening.
But not for this assignment.
No, because this is important. You want to professionally present yourself to us. So you want Times New Roman, 12-point. I'm not sure if it's on that sheet. I might have forgotten it,
So.
but double spacing's important too. And last, make sure that your name and one of our names and our class and the dates on it so that we know exactly where that paper belongs. Speaking of where it belongs saved in your electronic drive. Whether you're using OneDrive or Google Drive, you want to make sure
Or even a flash drive.
or even a flash drive like I have, you want to make sure that you can re-access that paper at some point when we go back and just tidy it up and make it better and better and better. Because you know what? Sometimes we write and we go, oops, I made a little mistake.
I
And
need to fix it.
That's right. And the good thing is, we've got a couple more weeks to make these just perfect. So if you have any questions, make sure you check the checklist first. Look for instructions on Schoology. And what
You
else
could
could they
maybe
do?
even ask a friend that's in your class.
Certainly.
Actually, you could probably ask a friend in 8th grade because we're all doing the same thing.
That's right. Making this easy for you. Until we see you Thursday, have a wonderful Wednesday.
Bye, guys.